Tonight, we have the police body camera video of a deadly encounter between a local deacon and police.
I'm going to tell you one more time. Put your hands behind your back.
We have live Team 2 coverage on what it shows and the family's reaction to it.
Live, local, link-breaking. This is Channel 2 Action News at 6 p.m. Coverage you can count on.
Good evening. Welcome. I'm Justin Farmer.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Linda Stouffer, and we have new developments in the death of a popular church deacon. We now know what led to his death. Today, Atlanta police released body camera video of the incident. 62-year-old John Holloman died in August after an officer tased him. Now, here's some of that video.
Hey, what you doing like this? I ain't doing nothing. I ain't doing nothing. Why you hurt me like this, man?
We're going to talk you through what happened. Holloman's family has been asking that video be released for months now.
And Channel 2 Action News has covered multiple news conferences and rallies leading up to this. We have live Team 2 coverage of today's release, and we begin with Channel 2's Ashley Lincoln live at the Fulton County Courthouse tonight. Ashley, you've learned new exclusive information here in the last couple minutes.
That's right, Justin. The company that actually manages those tasers reached out to me, and they told us that the data that they pulled from the officer's taser shows on 2 occasions that taser was deployed, and it hit Mr. Holloman in the arm twice before he became unconscious.
I'm going to tell you one more time. Put your hands behind your back.
It's a cause of death, and autopsy shows a taser did play a role in. 62-year-old Johnny Holloman died after being tased by an Atlanta police officer on August 10th.
Put your hands behind your back.
Holloman was involved in a minor traffic accident at the intersection of Joseph E. Lowry and Cunningham Place. Police say after Officer Corinne Kimbrough told Holloman he was responsible for causing the accident, Holloman became belligerent and refused to sign the ticket.
I suggest you sign the ticket.
Attorney Mauli Davis, who represents Holloman's family, says that's not what they saw.
He was actually the victim of violence.
Davis says at no point during the 4-minute altercation does Holloman say he wouldn't sign the ticket, but instead was insisting he didn't cause the accident.
I didn't do nothing.
You can come to court and fight.
I didn't do nothing. Lord have mercy. I didn't do nothing.
Atlanta police said Officer Kimbrough fired several warning tases before firing the taser at least one time where it contacts Holloman's skin.
Put your hands behind your back. Okay, please. Put your hands behind your back. Okay, please.
The Fulton County Medical Examiner found Holloman's heart rhythm was disrupted from being stunned, and he also suffered from several severely blocked coronary arteries and other health factors the medical examiner says contributed to his death. At one point, the taser is deployed for at least 5 seconds before Holloman goes unresponsive.
Put your hands behind your back.
Atlanta police say Holloman's breathing became shallow, and Officer Kimbrough followed protocol by placing him upright and rubbing on his chest.
Give him a sternum rub.
Hey, wake up.
Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens extended his sympathy to Holloman's family in this statement. He says he's directed APD to conduct a top-to-bottom review and evaluation of the incident and a top-to-bottom review of the department's standard operating procedures and training curriculum. Officer Kimbrough was fired in October for not following protocol by not calling a supervisor. Holloman's family told me in August they were on the phone with him and could hear their father getting tased.
One of his children just ran up or something. Yeah. Hey, y'all, one of y'all go help them out, please.
And the mayor's office and APD tells us that several policy changes have been made since this incident. One including officers are now required to just write on the ticket that an individual refused to sign instead of trying to arrest them. Another policy change that the department made is regarding the releasing of body camera video in cases where use of force has happened. They've enhanced their communications between the police department, the district attorney's office, and the GBI. Reporting live tonight in downtown, Ashley Lincoln, Channel 2 Action News.
Ashley, thank you. It's difficult to even think about what could have happened if it had been handled differently. And Channel 2's Candace McCowan continues our live Team 2 coverage. She's live in Decatur. Candace, the video is difficult to watch, but the family has been asking for this to be released for months now.
Yeah, and we heard from that family earlier today. They say it's hard to watch, but they are thankful that that video has been released, and now they are pressing for that officer to be held accountable.
I'm bitter. I'm mad as hell.
The anger from the family of Johnny Holloman was palpable Wednesday.
No, he was killed. Let's be clear. He was murdered on the streets of Atlanta.
After months of asking for the release of the police body-worn camera video, it's now public, and they say it shows a situation that could have been de-escalated by the 23-year-old officer, and said their father was tased and is now dead.
You can see he is completely limp. He is down. He's down and he's tasing him. I think the average person is like, well, why is he doing that?
Now they're pressing forward to the next steps of what they would like to see happen, calling on the DA to hold the officer accountable.
Now we're asking for the officer to be jailed and prosecuted to the fullest extent.
And while they wait, they're promising to speak out and make sure their father's story isn't forgotten.
We want to make it clear that we're going to do something and we're going to keep moving.
And that family is sharing how on a typical Thanksgiving that Deacon Holloman would typically go from house to house having a bit to eat at each of those houses, and they're facing their first Thanksgiving without him. We're now live here in Decatur. I'm Candace McCowan for Channel 2 Action News.
And we will continue to follow every development now that the video is out. Candace, thank you.
And we have been covering this story since Deacon Holloman's death in August. You can find all the details posted right now at WSBTV.com. Look for our continuing coverage as well on WSB Tonight at 11. Now, here new at 6, a Metro Atlanta man is suing a local city for violating Georgia's open record laws.
Channel 2 investigative reporter Justin Gray is here now. And Justin, the lawsuit targets the city of South Fulton.
Linda, people file open records requests for things like police body cam video, like we just saw in that story. Or in this case, Richard Snellings says his interest in city records started with the closed bridge in his neighborhood. He wanted to know why it was taking so long to fix. Then he wanted to know why he was having so much trouble getting public records Georgia law requires governments to provide.
These are public documents that should be made available to the public.
Richard Snellings says this lawsuit he filed against the city of South Fulton is as simple as that. Snellings claims South Fulton has repeatedly violated Georgia's open records laws when he requested city documents.
I hope they see that they can't just violate the law like this.
Snellings says in some cases he's received sky-high bills for documents. In others, there's been months of waiting with no response. Then there are responses like this one, entire documents redacted.
They have sent me bills that I've actually paid, and after I pay them, I've got nothing but redacted documents. Not a word or two redacted. They put a black box over the entire page and made me pay for it.
The lawsuit focuses on the city not responding or not communicating about requests. Joy Ramsing is Snellings' attorney.
And in this case, time after time after time, I think there are 17 requests at issue here. The city failed to respond in the manner provided for by law.
Channel 2 Action News reported in an investigation in February how South Fulton denied our open records request for civil forfeiture data the city's police department is required by Georgia law to provide to the state to be posted publicly online.
I actually want to thank you all for bringing that to our attention.
And this isn't a problem tied to one town or city.
You're a bully, and you're going to bully me as long as I...
Sir, you're the one who voted to charge someone criminally.
Excuse me.
Oh, whoa, sir, careful, sir.
Excuse me.
Last year, we reported how the city council of Grantville voted to seek criminal charges against a citizen for his dozens of open records requests.
Did he do something you thought was illegal? I have no comment.
That's why Snellings and his attorney say the lawsuit is about more than South Fulton.
I think that suits like this sort of lift up and enforce the law for everyone.
These government agencies, they need to be held accountable, and they need to follow the law.
Snellings also filed multiple complaints with the state attorney general's office, who tells us their mediation department worked with them on several of those complaints with the city. But with repeated alleged violations, Snellings says he felt he had no choice but to file suit. Justin.
All right, Justin Gray, thank you. Now, this developing story within the last half hour, New York's governor said that there is no sign of terrorism in the deadly car crash and explosion at the Rainbow Bridge border crossing in Niagara, New York. That's U.S., Canada. Channel 2's Karen Greer now in the Satellite News Center with what we have now.
Well, Justin, we now know that 2 people were killed when the car exploded around noon this afternoon on the U.S. side of that Rainbow Bridge. The bridge connects the U.S. to Canada at Niagara Falls in western New York. The vehicle sped toward a border checkpoint and hit a concrete barrier. Witnesses say the impact sent the vehicle careening into the area where cars heading into the U.S. are sent for secondary screening. That car burst into flames and exploded. It's unclear what caused that explosion.
This is an evolving situation. Information is coming into Canadian authorities from their American counterparts, literally minute by minute.
All 4 bridges between Canada and the U.S. were closed immediately after that incident, but the other bridges, we're told, are now reopened. Live in the Satellite News Center, I'm Karen Greer.
Karen, thank you. Happening now, one of the busiest travel days of the year. Of course, we'll talk about that Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Live look at some of our highway cameras today. And Brad, so coming up in our next half hour, we're going to take a look at how some people got an early start on those holidays. Brad?
Yeah, we're looking at the rain that came through yesterday. That system moving offshore. A few showers back behind it in the Carolinas moving out. We've got dry roads across all of Georgia, the entire state, and all of the southeast, except for those few showers in the Carolinas. Here's a live look at Hartsfield-Jackson. The skies above cloudy. Weather on the way for us. Well, we've got some clearing in the hours ahead. It's going to be chilly. You might call it cold tomorrow morning. We're headed down into the 30s. Even near freezing in the mountains, and we've got some cool days ahead. I'll take you through your updated 5-day forecast, what we can expect here day by day, coming up.
A simple trip to Starbucks turned violent.
Starbucks is supposed to be cheery, happy. You come to get your morning coffee.
What police say led up to a woman pulling a gun on another customer.
New developments on the murder charges against rapper Ludacris's manager. Why prosecutors say they've dropped the charges.
We can't bring back Cameron and Zion.
Atlanta city leaders are trying to prevent another deadly Thanksgiving like we had last year. Their reminder about Atlanta Station's curfew.